How batteries actually work. Explained simply, a battery looks like a simple object. You put it in a device. The device turns on. It feels almost boring. But inside a battery, something surprisingly organized is happening. Not energy being stored. Not electricity sitting there waiting. What's really happening is closer to a controlled chemical argument. To understand batteries properly, we need to let go of one common idea first. A battery does not store electricity. That idea sounds logical, but it's wrong. Electricity is not a substance you can stockpile. It's a movement. A battery stores chemical potential. And when you connect it to a circuit, that chemical difference is allowed to resolve itself. Slowly, in a useful direction. Here's where it gets interesting. Inside every battery are two different materials. They're called electrodes. One of them really wants to give up electrons. The other really wants to receive them. As long as the battery is not connected to anything, they're stuck. They want to react, but they can't complete the loop. So the battery just sits there, full of tension. Not electrical tension, chemical tension. This difference between the two sides is called voltage. Voltage is not power. It's pressure. It's the same idea as water behind a dam. Nothing is flowing yet. But the moment you open a channel, everything changes. When you connect a battery to a device, you create that channel. Now electrons have a path. They flow from the negative side of the battery, through the wire, through your device, and back into the positive side. That movement is electricity. But the battery itself is not pushing electrons like a pump. It's allowing a chemical process to continue. And this chemical process only works because of what's happening inside. Inside the battery is also something called an electrolyte. It's a medium that allows charged particles to move. Not electrons. Ions. Electrons travel through the wire. Ions move inside the battery. This is important. If electrons could flow directly inside the battery, it would short-circuit itself instantly. So batteries are designed to separate these paths. Electrons are forced to go the long way around, through your device, doing useful work along the way. That's how a battery powers something. But why does this stop eventually? Why does a battery die? It's not because it runs out of electrons. Electrons aren't consumed. What runs out is chemical imbalance. Over time, the materials inside the battery slowly change. The side that wanted to give up electrons has mostly done so. The side that wanted to receive them has mostly filled up. Eventually, the difference between them becomes too small. No pressure, no motivation, no flow. That's when the battery is considered empty. Here's where rechargeable batteries behave differently. In a disposable battery, the chemical reaction only goes one way. Once it settles, that's it. In a rechargeable battery, the reaction is reversible. When you plug in a charger, you're not refilling electricity. You're forcing the chemicals back into their original positions. You're pushing electrons in the opposite direction, against their natural preference. This takes energy from the outside world. That's why charging generates heat. You're doing work on the system. Once the chemicals are separated again, the battery is back under tension, ready to release energy when needed. This is also why batteries age. Each charge and discharge slightly damages the internal structure. Tiny inefficiencies build up. Some material becomes unusable. So over time, the battery can still charge, but it holds less tension, less chemical difference, which means less usable energy. Now here's a subtle misconception. Many people think higher voltage means more power. It doesn't. Voltage is pressure. Power is pressure times flow. A small battery can have high voltage but deliver very little current. A large battery can have lower voltage but deliver massive current. That's why a phone battery and a car battery behave so differently. The phone battery is optimized for long, gentle flow. The car battery is optimized for a huge burst of current in a short time. Same principle, different design priorities. Another misconception is that batteries leak energy when not used. They don't leak electricity. They slowly lose chemical separation. Even when idle, the materials inside a battery react a little. This is called self-discharge. Some battery chemistries are better at resisting this than others. That's why some batteries last years in a drawer and others feel empty after a few months. This also explains why cold affects batteries. Chemical reactions slow down in low temperatures. The tension is still there, but the reaction can't proceed fast enough. So the battery feels weak. Once it warms up, the chemistry speeds up again. Nothing magical, just reaction speed. If you step back, batteries start to feel less like containers and more like controlled negotiations. Two sides that don't agree, separated carefully. allowed to interact only through a path we choose. That's the core idea. Every battery, from a tiny coin cell to a massive grid-scale system, works on this same principle. Chemical difference, controlled flow, energy released as motion. And when you recharge, you're not filling something up. You're resetting the imbalance. That's it. Now you know what's actually happening when something quietly powers on. Did you already know this is how it works, or did something surprise you? And if there's something else you've always wondered how it works, leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Till next time.